So right now I hopped in the truck and I'm meeting up with the shipping agency. They are delivering a really sweet new kayak. It actually won best boat at ICAST, and that was when it was a prototype. Now this is the final version, so we can actually see what it is going to look like for customers. We're going to be able to dig right in, look at all the features. So I'm pretty excited, but the semi truck's having a hard time getting into this neighborhood to be able to deliver, so I have to try to meet up with him and see how close we can get it to our house. Wow, that is huge. I forgot how big this thing is. Oh wow, this looks so sick, guys. I've never had a kayak that was like this olive drab color. It looks so awesome. Oh man, look at this. Yeah, see? Best of category, ICAST last year, 2024. Wilderness Systems Tactical Pro, guys. Oh my goodness. Wondering where the seat is. Oh, there it is. Here's the seat components. Holy cows, they're able to fit a seat in the front hatch. That's insane. I love how they have this hatch offset. It's like a little artistic kind of how they did this, but it looks super sick. This is what's really cool. You got like a semi like cat haul here in the front, and I'll explain to you why that is so important with this design and why it really changes the performance on this compared to some of the other boats that people will motorize. As the aggressively average anglers, AA anglers on Instagram have mentioned, it comes pre-plumbed. You know, you got your breaker system here. It's pre-plumbed with all the wires, the cables, so you can have a spot to be able to put your battery in. You know, your battery can fit right in there. And then you're basically gonna end up connecting your trolling motor right up to there. You got a spot here in the stern. So right here, you got access points. You can put like a NK300 Newport on the back. And then you got flat spots right here and here where you could add extra accessories. Like you could possibly put another like power pole mount or something, because you do have hull access here to be able to reach into the inside of the boat. Let's see. Yep, they put grab handles right here in the bottom, molded in. So I love that. I love molded in grab handles. So there's irrigation here, and so I figured I'd take advantage of this time. Even though the trailer's kind of sitting like this, I'm noticing that it's still draining water off the deck really well. You'll notice that there's a little bit of pooling water there, but remember, the kayak is kind of sitting bow down a little bit. So I actually expected a lot more water to be in here. So now we're installing the EVA foam decking. This is going to keep the kayak stealthy and quiet. It's going to make it so that if we drop a rod or our cooler onto the deck or whatever, it's not going to be transmitting as much sound into the water. It's super easy. These are pre-cut. You just peel and stick. Just make sure that the surface is clean. That's all. So right here is the Tactical Pro, and my game plan is to put one of these mounts on the front base plate. It's originally designed for a bow mount style trolling motor, but I like my Autoboat system and it's what I already have, so I'm just going to end up attaching the transom plate to there, and that should work just fine. We're going to attach these nuts. If we want to mount our trolling motor, we can. I'll just clamp right on here. There you go. So on the back of the Tactical Pro, we have these holes here, and we can drop this on. On the inside of the hull, you can see there's a backing plate, which is really nice that they put in. So it helps disperse the load here. So we can use the included bolts here, run them back in. Here's the nuts, here's the washers. We got everything we need. We just needed this mount. And now we're able to attach this motor mount, which will be awesome. So this is how I set up for my clamp-on transom style motor to have an uphaul and downhaul. So basically I can pull the motor out of the water from the seat on this kayak. So first I have to pull this lever right here, and you'll see what it does. When I pull the lever, look at, you see right there, that carabiner, basically when I pull, you're gonna see the lever go in. This is the cord that will pull the motor up, and right here, this T-handle is what releases the lever up there. I'm gonna pull with my right hand, and it pulls in that lever, and now I'm gonna pull right here, and it's locked. Oh guys, this is awesome, because I love the Autoboat system, so I really wanted to use the Autoboat system. I did not want to have to get a bow mount for this kayak, just because I don't prefer bow mounts. I prefer the Autoboat system. So we're kind of getting a late start to get on the water. My buddy Sean is already on the water. I just had a lot of work to do, so I can get on the water when I can. I'm trying to run 3 businesses, so it's a little bit tough. But yeah, we're gonna meet up with him. And the one thing nice about sharks is it seems like they're a little less picky, but they are a challenge to be able to pull in on kayaks, especially some of the big ones. So it should be fun. So because it took me a while to get out here, I am doing the paid parking, paid ramp area, because it's closer to where my buddy Sean is. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to motor further to get to him. There we go. There's actually a ton of space here. In terms of having a lot of things on the kayak, I will say this is the kayak that seems like it's the easiest to rig. There's so much space. Last night I quick put on this connector. So the Wilderness Systems Tactical Pro came with this connector because it comes pre-plumbed with a plug. So that's super slick. I'm just kind of trying to somewhat manage some of the line here. Oh, it works, by golly. Woohoo! It worked the first time. That's nice. Then I was going to use this line up here to pull the motor down, but I want to see if this works. This is the factory setup. The Wilderness Systems from the factory has this collar set up, and it has these little track mounts. We can possibly put that up here and then have a way to lift this thing out of the water. Worst case scenario, if that doesn't work, I'll be able to switch over to my method for this. I mean, because this motor was not designed for this kayak. This kayak was designed for a bow mount. I'm using a transom mount motor. Let's see if we can back down this ramp. I haven't used this ramp with a trailer yet, but I'm hoping it works. Let's see how we're doing here. Ugh. It's a pretty bumpy area. We've turned a little bit. Oh yeah. Yeah, good thing I stopped. Just something, a little bit of weight to keep it from drifting off. There's not much current here. Okay, so now we gotta pull this thing out of the water. It's actually going pretty smooth. Takes me usually longer to launch most of my other kayaks, even in this area. So check it out. Trailer's all draining, looking good. The lights were underwater as well, but everything's good. So now we're ready to hop on the kayak. So right now we're on the Wilderness Systems. I'm actually just sitting on the cooler. and running my tiller on my NT300. Got the GPS auto boat system in the front. Got a swivel seat here that I can plop down into. But man, you can like walk all over this dang thing. I mean, this dang kayak is so stable. I mean, I can lean back and forth and rock it, and I don't feel like I'm gonna fall. The hull shape on this kayak is a deep catamaran hull in the bow, and that's gonna make it so that the motor can turn sharp without throwing you out of the boat and tilting. It's gonna add tons of stability that you definitely will notice. We're gonna catch up to my friend in no time here. So my friend's up ahead in the yellow kayak. That's Sean, or Red Dog. Instagram, you can find him as Red Dog. I think like Red Dog 830 maybe is the number. This thing's just cool. I love this kayak. An NK300 would probably be even more slick if you put that on, and then you could use those areas right there where the bolts are on the side gunnels to do foot steering. You know, then it would be a really sleek setup. I think eventually I will get an NK300, and I can use the same battery for the NK300 as the NT300. If anyone's looking to buy a Newport motor or a Newport battery, you can at least save on shipping if you use our discount code KayakDIY-SHIP. So we're getting closer. Right there is my buddy. I usually start getting ladyfish by now.
Yeah. I guess the tide is pretty high.
It is really high. I was shocked. I thought there's no way I'm going to be able to use NT300. Okay, so we're going to connect in some Stingray. See if that works a little bit better. So there we go. See if that works. So for a day one on the Wilderness Systems Tactical Pro, we're still trying to get on the sharks right now, but I am impressed. I like the way this setup is. I can have all my gear. It's within reach. It's easily accessible. I can store a lot of gear. It was easy to launch because I could have all my gear kind of preloaded in the hull. It works. I don't know how to describe it. Like, the system actually works pretty well. So inside the cooler was a giant stingray. We're gonna try to use some of the stingray as like chum to bring them in, like for scent. This is 1/2 of a wing of the stingray. Throw this in. Throw this in. There you can see the stingray chunk. A really big chum block. Anything grabs that, we are in deep, deep trouble. Big trouble. If anything grabs that, I'm going for a major ride, and I will probably be out in Cuba or something in no time. Not a big shark at all, but it'll be a fun one to pull on board anyway. He's trying to shake it. I'm trying to make sure that he gets hooked really good. So as he's turning, I'm making sure that I'm putting pressure on him so it really hooks him good. So right here is a shark, guys. It's not a big one, but I did say I would get a shark on the Wilderness Systems. We got a shark on the Wilderness Systems Tactical Pro. Woo, Wilderness Systems Tactical Pro. Let's get this thing unhooked, get him in the water. Let's go see if we can catch some more. Oh man, yeah. So we went out with a mission to catch a shark. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to take the Wilderness Systems Tactical Pro, and on the very first trip, I caught a shark with it. I mean, I didn't even get out here on time. I got out here way late. But we still were able to do it. We still were able to get on one. And we did it live on Facebook too. So backed up the trailer. Now we have the kayak and anchor mode over here. So now we'll take it out of anchor mode and we'll drive it over. Oh, yeah. Parked it. That is just about perfect. Wow.
What's just a box?
So go ahead and open it up.
What?
Yeah, open it up. Let's look inside.
Oh my goodness, that one's so scary.
Ooh boy, look at that guy.
He's ready to start.
Ah!